Grand Finals, here we are. Welcome back to Splashdown Saturday number 5. I'm sure you're annoyed by hearing my voice already. I know I am, but bear with me. We have one more set to go through, and it is our Grand Finals, of course. Let's see who takes the crown of this particular Splashdown Saturday. NFT Robbers versus Woah.
So do you have no faith in Woah? Because you said only one more set, but you never know if Woah is able to get 3 games in this set. They could get the bracket reset going, and we could have our true grand finals on this Saturday night. So you never know.
True.
Woah did just have a pretty strong, clean 3-0 in our loser bracket finals against seed number 3 Run It Back. So if they keep that momentum going, they could prove themselves pretty strong against NFT Robbers, as NFT Robbers did just have to wait about 30 minutes for this set. So you never know, maybe they lost their momentum. Or
You're right about that. You're right about that. I mean, momentum is a very important factor during this, but so is fatigue. And I don't know about you, Tacos. I don't know if that's something that is important to you, but it's a double-sided blade, I believe. Like, you want to have the hot hand, and I believe that having the hot hand just outweighs having any fatigue, but there is a little bit of an aspect of that, especially for maybe some longer tournaments. I don't know if that really applies to this tournament per se, because there's only been 10 teams as double elimination, but this is the home stretch that this basically really tests to see what juice these two teams have left in store for them. So this is just do or die time for both these teams for sure, and with Woah, it's going to be a tougher hill to climb, but like you mentioned, it is very much doable.
For sure, and we're going to be starting off on Splat's Hardcore and Dime. We've seen this map already as it was actually played in the winner bracket finals, where NFT Robbers had a strong lockout and took the first game on Run It Back. But now we're going to go straight into it, and we're going to see the same comps we've been seeing before earlier. We see NFT Robbers with that classic rapid and brush team for them, and then Woah with the Stamper 52 headed this time instead of a pencil. But yeah, let's see who can get the zone first.
Yeah, indeed. We're seeing Blaster coming out from both sides, the Rapid on NFT Robbers and the regular Blaster from Alley on the side of Woah. But we're seeing here, like you mentioned, NFT Robbers having strong control now of the zone here. Now, though, they have to worry about the Zipcaster that is coming in. Let's see if it gets any value here. Mainly just there just trying to draw eyes. We'll actually find one Keely, that Rapid Blaster Pro Deco, and Ali finding one with that Blast. And now 3 players down for NFT Robbers. It's just left to that Slosher to try to play damage control pretty much, and they're doing a fairly effective job at it, managing to find an evening pick on that left lane. But with that cooler in zone now, Woah just try to continues to make a hold of it, but no, NFT Robbers flipped the script on them.
Indeed they did. They got 2 down on Woah. Woah was cooler, but that is still really nice picks. That's going to give you the opportunity to push on Woah's plat and create sort of a chokehold on them. But now we see Woah popping the killer whales, rushing through the left, gets a hit on the bucket, isn't able to secure the pick though. And with 2 players down on Woah, it's not looking too great for them, as the penalty is gone from NFT Robbers. Now the headache goes down. It's just the 52 left on their plat. They're going to try to throw a wallet and find some way to live, but unfortunately when you have all the players of NFT Robbers collapsing on you with those specials coming out as well, it's just going to be so hard, and the staggers just keep coming. 20 points remaining for NFT Robbers. Woah just can't find a way to secure themselves back on their plat. They can't find those picks that they need. They can't use the specials on the zone, and that's going to be game number 1 already done for NFT Robbers.
Yeah, very snowball-y map, like you mentioned in our previous set, like 2 sets ago. But yeah, NFT Robbers got strong control of it and never really looked back there, as we see NFT Robbers just great special usage, great team fighting ability. I mean, not what more there is to say. I mean, we saw them. This basically extends their streak, I believe, to 7 wins in a row in terms of games they've played. So they have a hot hand of their own, and it seems like that 30-minute window that they took to rest a little bit did not cause them to have some rust. So good job on them for taking that one very commandingly. But now we move to a familiar map mode we saw early on stream, Robo Ramen Rainmaker. And like we've previously mentioned, Tacos, this isn't a map mode that we see a lot, because usually it's zones.
Yeah, Zones Robo is at least one of my personal favorite zones map in this game. I think it's really nice. Rainmaker, not too much, but I haven't played it as much, so can't judge it too much. But bringing up the snowball topic, I just feel like these maps are just I feel like some of these teams, when they see these maps, they're either gonna love them or hate them because most of these games with where snowballs can be really easy to create, like Sturgeon, Barnacle, Ship Shape, we've seen those snowballs getting created. But then on the maps where it's almost impossible to get a snowball started and where it's like a stall fest, like Crab Leg Clams, we saw that exactly play out where we almost had like a 6-minute Clams game. So it's really interesting to see these maps coming out tonight and how kind of what you would expect, I guess, from them is actually playing out.
And game 3, I'm also looking at already with excitement. TC Inkblot Art Academy is one of my personal favorites in terms of TC maps, and that might not be the greatest take. Some people may argue, but I just like it because of the tower path. It is a quite literal uphill climb no matter where you go because you are at an elevation disadvantage on the attacking team every step of the way, and it is really interesting to see how teams navigate that. But let's not get too ahead of myself. Robo Ramen Rainmaker, we saw last time, I forget which set it was, but one team really just controlling the entire pace of it up until the very end, up until the very, very close. And there, I believe it was, in fact, where was it?
Yeah, it was NFT Robbers.
Yeah, it was NFT Robbers that managed to barely survive, so they were able to keep that lead in their hands, but it was close, though. It was very close, so let's see if they can keep up with that success here in Game 2 of Grand Finals.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a bit of a deja vu moment here. Let's see how the start is going to come out. 2 down already on the side of Woah. That's going to be a really, really strong start for NFT Robbers here, and they're just going through it. Like we saw in the winner bracket finals, they're going to plow through that first check. They're going to pop the strikes to create space in front. Woah is going to retaliate with a Zipcaster, but it gets shut down immediately. 2 down again on Woah. Fortunately enough, one of the players from Woah was able to stop the push and actually get 3 on NFT Robbers. Isn't able to secure the 4th, but if the teammates of Woah can follow up off those picks correctly, then they should be able to claim their plat back and get themselves back into mid to have a fighting chance at this game.
Indeed, here they need to stabilize themselves a little bit. 1 minute in the game only 1 minute has passed, and already NFT Robbers already down to 37 with the checkpoint pop as well. Gold Scar couldn't survive that Rainmaker explosion, as that was just way too much firepower for them to handle. NFT Robbers now also have trip strikes as well for this push. However, Woah does have 2 specials to counteract it, the Zipcaster and the Bubble, to maybe stabilize their side of the map at least, to keep the momentum from just continuing to build here. We see a quick 1v1 on this right side going in favor of NFT Robbers, actually taking out Ali, and now just trying to be that distraction here. 2 players now down for Woah here, and they just keep dropping like flies. It is just left to the edit, left to just try to hold ground and keep that cooler up for their team.
Dropping like flies indeed. I mean, we see the same kind of concept that we saw in that winner bracket finals. NFT Robbers, this time in mid, is just pushing back Woah and just not letting them get through. We see Ali here on the blaster trying to get something done, but the brush is going to run through and actually get 2 members down on Woah. They are going to get taken out by the blaster on respawn, but NFT Robbers is already set up, and they're just going to push that Rainmaker as far as they can, getting it down to 15 points. That is a really, really strong lead here. I think they might be able to get the pop. No, all members of Woah are back at their spawn, and they are going to get that pop, which is going to give them a little breathing room, put some paint on the plat, you know, create a barrier for NFT Robbers to break through. But NFT Robbers are going to use the paint that they currently have to just keep pressure on Woah and not let them get through.
Yeah, and speaking of just trying to give themselves some breathing room, the Rainmaker is reset, so maybe just giving themselves some time to recover and try to get back into mid here, because so far they have not been able to control mid at all. Woah, that is, as NFT Robbers have been able to just pummel them with everything we got, and yet again, already the opening pick of this team fight goes in favor of NFT Robbers. Yet another player falls on the side of Woah with the cooler up, so maybe an opportunity to at least stabilize here on this right side, but Ali just being the last member there, I believe falls off there. Yes, it's quickly taken out before though, and now we have trip strikes available for NFT Robbers to continue this push, as well as that killer whale to keep the momentum going, and they are just playing with their prey right here, just waiting for an opportunity to strike as players are falling for Woah.
Players, they're definitely falling. It's just the 52 left on Woah. They're gonna dive and try to get something done, but unfortunately, with the 52 going down and all the other members of Woe already down, that's gonna create a really easy path, a red carpet for NFT robbers to just slam dunk that Rainmaker in the last checkpoint and take game number 2 pretty convincingly.
Very convincingly indeed, and the train keeps rolling for NFT robbers. That now makes 8, a little fist bump to add on top of it, and now, in order to make it 9, this is the most important match for Woe. At least they need to win this to at least stabilize themselves a little bit, because NFT robbers have just been on a roll. But I don't know, Tacos. What do you think they can do to really stabilize themselves? I mean, Woe just, I believe, at least in general, they need to get their mental right. I mean, this is like the grand finals, of course, so every match is going to matter. But now with the pressure on you being down to, oh, you need to take a deep breath and just perform in this game 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it on the dot. Mental is probably going to be the strongest factor here for Woe. I mean, you could tell throughout that game, and especially towards the end, we saw some of the members just slipping through, like feeding, trying to create those hero plays, you know, to kind of flip the game all from themselves. But when you're fighting such a strong team like NFT Robbers, where all the team members are calm and collective, at least I assume it, and that's the way it looks like it from how they're playing, it's going to be really hard to get successful dive plays like that, and the hero plays are not really going to work out. So if you're Woe, you definitely need to collect yourselves, maybe have like a little talk as a team, because definitely they have the ability to keep themselves in the game and take these games. They just need to make sure that they're on pace mentally, at least, to do that.
Yeah. I've also seen it's not too uncommon either to see a team in this situation maybe pull out a weapon comp that we have not yet seen yet before, maybe use something that maybe the other team might not expect either, and maybe try to change things up there, especially since this is a map mode I believe we have not yet seen on stream, Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy. I was mentioning it earlier, this is a quite literal uphill climb in terms of attacking, but maybe they can really, but Woe that is, maybe they can really use Ali's blaster to their advantage, because I mean, I was harping on how well of a weapon it is for tower control. I mean, blaster has the AoE to prevent players from getting on the tower in the first place, and once you're on it, it provides something similar to kind of like a splat roller. If you're on that tower with that weapon, with bubble up, it basically provides a killing zone saying, hey, you better not challenge me, and if you do, you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that's basically what we saw in our winner bracket or loser bracket finals, when Woe absolutely snowballed on TC Sturgeon there, that the blaster along with their teammates were just able to plow through, get the picks they needed. They set up the bubble at the end to secure that knockout. And yeah, the V-Blaster could definitely prove as a pretty strong weapon here on this map. But yeah, maybe a weapon comp change is what Woe needs. I believe in the winner bracket semis, when NFT Robbers was fighting Seed 4, they were down 2 games, and then they 2 down on NFT Robbers, and with the ballpoint being the last one alive on Woe, they can actually hold themselves pretty well. And as we see there, they're going to get one on the tower, their teammate's going to get another one, they're going to pop that inkjet to try and find a third pick. They aren't able to find the pick, but they forced that member from NFT Robbers to jump out, and now we're going to see Woe climbing onto that left stack, getting onto that tower, and trying to break through this first check here as they get two picks on NFT Robbers.
Yeah, and now Keely, Ali has that bubble contagious position onto the plat here, which I do like. A very great pick there onto the stack, a quick 180 there, and quick direct. Now having to worry about this looming player near the tower, however, now space is taken for Woe. The Booyah Bomb as well to help as well, but a very well-placed bomb will shut down that push a little bit here, but Woe is threatening this first checkpoint.
Threatening it indeed, but they are going to go 2 down, and NFT Robbers is finally finding their way into mid here, getting some picks. There we go, 3 down on the side of Woe. It's just that Sloshing Machine left. Sloshing Machine does catch the L3, but now NFT Robbers have made it to that first checkpoint, and they're just sitting on the tower really comfortably here, and no one is really threatening them. They're going to plow through that checkpoint, and they're going to start climbing that hill like you mentioned. They're going up the ramp. They're going to try to make their way towards the second checkpoint. Unfortunately for them, though, the ballpoint is keeping an eye on that tower, and they don't want NFT Robbers to get through the second checkpoint. But hang on, 2 members down on the side of Woe. maybe NFT Robbers will get this checkpoint here as they just keep going forward, and they actually managed to pick off the ball point.
Ely indeed, however, IPS being the last player standing for NFT Robbers is gonna get taken out, and that is a wipeout for Woah there now. An opportunity for them to get their get-back bubble yet again available, the bombs being very well placed, but very well dodged as well there. And now we're seeing just an opportunity for Woah to get in, but hold on, quickly shut down, commentator Kerr's right there as 3 players go down, and a counter wipeout for NFT Robbers as they're like, hey, that was a wipeout, what you can do, I can do better. They were able to get that wipeout in very quick fashion. Now, continuing with their push now, basically in the same spot, they're trying to threaten and work down the second checkpoint. They do lose 2 players though, so now they just need to tread carefully here. Azuka is actually gonna be taken out there.
Yeah, but 2 members of Woah taken down. NFT Robbers, they're just continuing. They're not stopping. They're going for the knockout. They want to end the set on a bang. They're deep in Woah's spawn. 2 of them do get punished, though, for that. It's just going to be the bucket here, left in bats, holding the ground for themselves. They do find a pick with a bomb. They have the strikes ready as well. The bubble is going to get popped, but unfortunately, a bubble is no match for the strikes. 2 down once again on the side of Woah. The ball point is down. It's just the blaster here trying to fight in mid, is actually able to find the pick, and it seems as if their other teammate was able to actually find 3 down on NFT Robbers. And now with the minute 30 left in the game, Woah is finally able to clear off NFT Robbers from their plat, and they're finally able to get back into mid here. But if they want to win this game, they're going to have a big climb to go because they're going to have to break 2 checkpoints and basically get to that 3rd checkpoint.
This is the true test here. A minute left, grand finals, game 3, already down 0-2. This is where the true test begins for Woah here. They have to worry about this brush in their backline here as A+ is actually taken out. This brush will find 2 on this backstab. That was huge there. And now a just dagger in the hearts of Woah as now they have to get a stop and a pushback in the remaining 40 seconds left into this match. They do not have any specials to work with here, but I'm sure some of them are close to it. 2 specials are available for NFT Robbers. The Brushes Whale and the Tri-Strikes coming out from the Slosher. The GD Strikes, of course. 3 players actually going down for NFT Robbers, so hold on. Woah is not out of this quite yet as Ali is just dragging their team along with that blaster pick. And now the bubble is available for them to go. You see Gold Scar Zuka coming out now. The specials are all online for Woah. They are investing them now. You saw the Booyah Bomb as well. Ali still has this bubble for the plat. 10 seconds left in the match here now. Any mistake is going to prove fatal here. You see the picks going now. It just takes 1 player from hopping off this tower to lose, and there are the GG Strikes. They are called GG Strikes for a reason, as NFT Robbers managed to survive that toss on the strikes and call it curtains. That is the game. That is the set, and with that, that is the tournament. NFT Robbers are your Splashdown Saturday number 5 winners.
Yeah, those GG Strikes, they were definitely the MVP there. I mean, we saw the pressure that Woah had in that last 20 seconds. They were able to just keep getting picks on NFT Robbers one after another, but unfortunately, they weren't able to get the pick on the bucket. The one time they did, the bucket was coolered, and when you're coolered, you keep your strikes, and then the bucket saw that Woah was actually pushing through and that the bucket maybe wouldn't be safe striking from the spawn, so they actually went around, flanked the tower, was able to secure the strikes, and even a bubble can't save you from those strikes.
Yeah, GG's to them. And did stream die? I think stream died before game 3. No matter. GG's the NFT Robbers. Really well done. I mean, that was like 9 straight games they went on there. A great streak for them nonetheless. So great work for them, and I mean, congratulations for them. I mean, they kept the hot hand. You talk about hot hands, and even if they took a 30-minute break between winning winners bracket, they were able to continue that into this, and really well done from them.